that year or two difference is a lot. I see it with my son. It might be an age group that's 9, 10. A difference between a young 9 and an old 10 is night and day.
But he don't know no better because I didn't give him a chance to know better.
He said you gotta have a go-to move.
I agree.
Basically, like, what's your superpower? Don't get caught up in the amount of minutes, but what is your impact?
Like, I hate high volume shooting guards. You kind of got to base your team around them to be good.
Like, he was disappointed that I would skip a practice to go even to a school like I was recruited by, ultimately offered and went to, and he made me run till I threw up. Oh my God. Like, it was red hell. Man, it was probably the best atmosphere I played in. I actually feel kind of sorry for the players and the parents a little bit because there's so much like misinformation. There's some guys that don't know what the hell they're doing. I might hurt some feelings with this one.
Who cares? Talk.
Just because you play basketball in the summer doesn't mean...
Yo, what's going on, family? Welcome back. Hoop Lounge TV. This is your host, Coach G. All right. Got a special guest with me today, man. A guy that we go back. I'm talking about Ed Eubank playing wars back in the day, man. Owen High School legend. All right. Owen High School legend. Yeah, in the mountains. All right. Wake Forest legend.
Oh, legend, man.
Well, Wake Forest legend, man. You there, baby. You there. And then, overseas, man, professional athlete for a long time, man. My big man. Big David Weaver. What's up, big dog?
What's up, homie?
What's up, big dog?
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you sliding through, man. Appreciate you sliding through, man. How's life, bro?
Life is busy, but it's good.
Busy, good.
It seems like right now, like I'm finally kind of getting back into that groove of actually being home. It's like I was gone for so long. Like it's kind of really figuring it out how to live back in the States now. And like I feel like I got my feet back on the ground, got a new job. Something completely outside of basketball, family, kids growing up, getting into school, finding friends. And, so it keeps us busy, but like, it's kind of like a sigh of relief, like I'm back to it. I'm back home. So it's been cool. It's been cool.
Fast, but what you doing now that work-wise?
I work for MasterCard Financial Services. I'm my account manager.
That's what's
like, I manage one of the biggest financial institutions in the country. A lot of co-brand credit cards and things like that, main point of contact, and completely different than what I ever thought I'd be doing inside of basketball. Like for me, when I was looking at the job, I didn't know nothing about it. I just knew it's MasterCard and Visa, right?
Right.
And I just know when I swipe my card, he just gonna say,
they take the money, dog. They take the money.
Take the money. Like, I didn't know how it worked, but like now that I'm in it, it's actually really cool. Like it's really interesting. And some of the things that we do behind the scenes, like you really feel like you have an impact with some of the partners that I work with. And every day is different, but at the same time, it's similar to basketball because, you have your team and I lead my team on certain things, but also I have a boss as well. And, you got to share the rock, you got to pass the rock sometimes. So sometimes like in my role, I'm a little bit more like a quarterback, everything runs through me. I vet it. I make sure it's the opportunity we want to pursue, keep the book straight. But I got support staff. I got to throw it to my wide receiver. I got our data person, I got people on the front lines, but I like kind of having that control. So it's been a solid landing spot after basketball though.
Bad, yeah, man. So I think sometimes having some change, bro, outside of basketball is big because I'm in the real estate, the stocks, you know what I mean. Yeah. But at the end of the day, ball's my heart because I coach, you know what I'm saying? Yep. Coach my little man, you know what I'm saying, man. So what happened to you at Cox Mill, man? What was the deal with that? You was there for a little while.
Yeah, man, I love Cox Mill, man. We won a lot of games.
Sure did.
It's a really good program there, man. It's just another opportunity came up, and I was like, I'm gonna push myself and do something a little different.
Yep.
Going over to Davidson Day,
Is that where you at now?
Yep.
Okay, good.
This program historically, like they got really great program there.
Is it Davidson Day Community College or school?
Davidson Day, basically school. So it goes
private school.
Yeah, private school.
Okay, gotcha.
K-12. Sometimes they confuse it with like Community School of Davidson, which is really right across the street.
Yeah. Okay, got you.
No, it's just Davidson Day School. Got some of the best talent here in the, in the area. Tough schedule. And for me, I like, I'm a big guy, right? 6'10", so we got some guys that can bang, and I feel like I can, shed some of my knowledge with them. We got a great head coach, Ricky Hickman, certified pro, really knows the game, really good demeanor with the kids. Jeff Coble, he's been there. He's been head coach there before, assistant coach there, one state title. So, like, there's just a lot of knowledge in that gym. I like being around it. And plus, I like seeing things done the right way. I thought the staff that we had at Continental, we did things the right way.
Mm-hmm.
We had guys that played at every level, D3, D2, we even coached, D2, D1. And, like, we had 3 or 4 pros on staff. So it's like we're just doing the right thing every day. And, like, for me to go to Davidson Day and say, like, oh, we can do this here too. Plus, I can learn and become a better coach and learn from those guys, man. I was all over that opportunity.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, you can't pass stuff like that up, bro, as far as just learning. Because even me as a coach, like, don't get me wrong, I did 3 years of high school, head assistant varsity coach. We had schemes and stuff like that. But I still think learning from somebody that's been doing it for a minute on how to build culture and things like that, man, I think that kind of, sets a precedent for having a big time program.
Yeah, man. I think culture.
Mm-hmm.
Like, talent, that's going to waver. That's going to go up and down. It's going to be a roller coaster. You're going to have some classes that they just don't have any studs.
Right.
You might have some, you're like, oh, man, you got some guys walking the halls. You're like, man, we're going to be talented. But if your culture is bad, I think you're really at the mercy. Like, yeah, you're setting yourself up, So just doing the things the right way, all the way from what you do in the court, what you do in the classroom, even like how it permeates into the community with your parents, the support, the booster club, all of that matters.
I agree.
I agree. Hey, can you run what kind of offense you running? Are you running a 1-3-1 defense? Are you pressing? Like, that's important too.
Right.
But, like, I've seen teams crumble just because culture's bad.
Bro, listen, I think the culture's the foundation, bro.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like I say, bro, you can have talent, but if you ain't got nothing to stand on it with, that's the culture, bro. It's very hard to build, bro, because you got to make sure that you align with the coaches. So, like, what I'm saying, y'all got to have a strong alliance as far as the same vision goes. Yeah, man. But I think that's a good spot for you as far as development go, bro. And that's kind of where I want to go with this. Perfect, because, bro, your development from when you played with us from the first time to damn catching lobs off the backboard at 15, at 6'9", bro. I don't. And that's the biggest thing. Me and Ish touched on it. You know what I'm saying? I remember, how old was you when you came play with us? You was young.
I was young. I was like just turned 13.
So that's around we started getting spikes, Ish, all of us. Okay, so I remember, bro, when I first seen you play, all right? And I remember it like it was yesterday, because a lot of guys was picking on you at first because you had the goggles.
Oh, yeah. Them Rec Specs.
All right, listen. But listen, though, dog. I resonated with you because I used to wear them.
I know you did. I know you did.
Listen, bro, I resonated with you, dog, because I used to have them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to tell you, when I first seen you, bro, WNC Storm.
Yeah.
You was playing in Callison. You was playing that weekend. You was there. And, my dad came in the gym, you know what I'm saying? My dad, your mama, they love each other, right, bro? That classic. Larry, the Ish, Bonnie, Stony people, right? You know what I'm saying? So I remember we first seen you. And I know, like, we was winning some tournaments, but, like, we were undersized, bro. You know what I'm saying? We were winning some games, but championship Sundays, we losing because we can't control the glass.
Yeah.
So, I think any good big man at 12, 13, there's really not a lot of them, right?
Nah.
They're developing, right? But if you got one, it's like, he's an anomaly, right?
Yeah.
So I remember when I first seen you, bro, you wasn't uncoordinated. I don't think you just grew into your body yet.
No. Because a lot of people don't know, between like 8th grade and like 9th grade, I grew like 5 or 6 inches.
Fam, we remember.
So, like, when I first kind of started playing AAU and stuff, I was playing guard, like 7th grade. I was guard,
Mm-hmm.
and around. And then 8th grade, like, I was probably in the 4 or 5, and then by the time like I was 6'8", like, so I had to change how I played. You trying to figure out like, am I supposed to be in the post? But I really want to shoot. I want to dribble, but I can't dribble like I used to.
Right.
And you getting frustrated and like,
Cause all that growing makes a difference, though, bro. Like I don't think people know. Like when you young and you grow 5 or 6 inches, bro, that changes everything for you because you can't get as low as you used to do the dribble. So now you got to learn something else.
Yep.
Your shot trajectory might be off because now you're 6'9" instead of 6'2".
Yep.
Your lower body leverage is going to be off too because all that's new. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So right around that time, I just remember seeing you, bro. And there's 2 things I seen. You always had a good form.
Okay.
As a big, like you always had a form to work with, and you could get up and down the court.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was one of the biggest things. So let me ask you this. I asked where did Larry Ross come into effect, play to get you, for you to come play with us? And then your parents committed to that shit.
Oh, yeah.
From the jump.
Yeah, they were on board from like day one.
Yep.
I want to say I was freshman year. We played East Rutherford.
Mm-hmm.
Our coach, he was first year head coach there, and he wanted a tough schedule. So like, and big thing about Owen is like we're a big football school.
Huge football
So
school.
like, we Coach Ford built a hell of a program up there. But on the flip side of that, a lot of our guys play football and basketball. So I was kind of looking at the schedule like, you want all this smoke like right now? Like, I'm just kind of out here kind of by myself. We had some seniors, but culture was a big thing. They weren't accustomed to really winning, and he was trying to revamp things. So he put East Rutherford on the schedule. So, we play. I feel like it got ugly. They had I think even Big Kurt had played.
Ended up playing wide receiver somewhere. Yep.
So I think he played, and they just killed this man. But I'm hanging out after the game, and all of a sudden I see like Coach Ross, man. He just came and said, hey, man, like, you interested in playing in the summer? I'm like, yeah, I played a little bit with the Storm here. He's like, no, we're trying to do something bigger than that. And he said, hey, I see you, man. I think you're raw. You got a lot of potential, but we try to do things the right way. He said, I would love to talk with your parents. And I said, yeah, sure. I'm wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. I'm like, yeah. Like, because I didn't really know much about AAU.
Right.
I just knew, like, I was big, and, like, I saw a tryout in the paper for the Storm, so I just went.
Right.
But they were saying, hey, you can do something bigger. Like, they play national schedules. They got big tournaments. So I was like, well, the Storm ain't doing that.
Right.
But then I saw Larry. He's like, yeah, we play all over North Carolina. We play in the region. Like, and we already have a really good team. I think before I joined, you guys went down to Florida, and I think y'all done some big things in nationals.
Mm-hmm.
So, he talked to my mom and dad, and they hit it off. And I was like, okay. He's like, yeah. He's like, trust me. Like, if you commit to Ford City, I'll show you what you need to do. I'll take care of you. And he told my family, he's like, I'll take care of your son. I'll treat him just like he's one of ours, So, yeah, man, it was, I was excited, man.
Dope, man. Dope. Ross is a legend, dog. Ross is a legend.
He'll find you, man.
He will, bro. And I remember him coaching, going to see kids game. I remember when we first got spikes, all that, man. And Big B, man. And then like I remember when you started coming to practice, right, bro? And I remember Ross working with you a lot, one-on-one.
Yeah.
And that damn hook shot, you used to shoot 50 of them left and right, bro. All the time down there working out by yourself with Ross, though.
Yeah, he said you got to have a go-to move.
I agree.
Basically, like, what's your superpower? So, like, you can always rely on that. And, like, looking back at it, like you said earlier, like, I was a little raw, a little clumsy, a little goofy a little bit. I had coordination to a certain degree, but I'm still trying to find myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think we can touch on this a little bit later, but I think some of these kids now, like, what do you do well? Bruh, so you got to hang your hat on something that you do.
Yeah, bro, because the higher level you get up, you really start to specialize in shit. Because guys are like, there's not Anthony Edwards everywhere.
No.
And it's just like with our team, bro, the older we got, I had to be a shooter.
Yeah. You had to figure it out.
I had to figure it out, bro.
Yeah.
I had to figure out how to put the ball in the hole with y'all. You feel what I'm saying?
That's it.
And then, you know, as we started getting older, now you talking about spike, stretch four.
There you go. Yeah.
Now we got somebody protect the rim.
Yep. So like as like working with Coach Ross, he was just like, hey man, like I don't want you to worry about anything else. I want you to run the floor. I want you to be involved in every single play, offensively, defensively. If we set a pick or something, I want you to roll, be a threat. If somehow you catch it down there in the block, I don't care what you do. I want you to rip the rim off. So, but if you get pushed out, because at that time I wasn't really strong,
Right.
Get pushed out, take 1 or 2 dribbles and just try to get to that hook. You know, even at that time, I didn't even really know much about kind of like the counter and spin. I didn't have that bag.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, you came a long way in a short amount of time with us, bro, with all them years, bro, because you talking about them when we started winning big tournaments. Me and Ish literally talked about this. When we played Bob Gibbons.
Oh, yeah, the Gibbons, yeah.
And we played NC State. We played big ticket.
Yeah.
That fucking dunk you caught off the rim. Bro, listen, you caught it off the rim and you dunked it hard.
Yeah.
And bro, I'm talking about we all was like, yeah, let's go. Like it was one of them things where it was like, we here, like we playing now. Because now you done came into your own. You was really the last piece, like for us to catapult, because we had other bigs, but we didn't have that 6'9", 6'10". You feel what I'm saying? You was the one that kind of catapulted us as far as just us being able to control the glass, scoring the half court between you and Spikes, like throwing it down at y'all. And then, bro, I just remember, bro, how fluent you got as we started going.
Yeah.
Being able just to, bro, I just remember you trailing us all the time off the glass.
Hey, bro.
But
like,
when we started doing that, it was over.
It was showtime. Like, it didn't matter if it was pool play at 8 o'clock in the morning at, I don't know, Eastburg Middle School.
Yep.
We coming. Like, we gonna run. We gonna throw it off the glass. I remember at one point, we beat some team. I think it was the Carolina Pirates. I don't know why I remember this. Beat them 94-8. Like, it was in the oxygen, I think, or something at East Rutherford.
Yep.
We just punish people. But, like, for me, I always look back on them years because you guys were already established.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, like, as a big, it takes us longer.
Yeah.
You guys were already, like, kind of knew what you were. You already you put the ball in the basket. We had Tommy. We had Giorgio.
Mm-hmm.
Spikes was just a monster down there. Like, we had Probst. Like, it was like you could see all the pieces. And for me, I'm just like, I don't want to shake the tree. Like, I just want to come in and work hard. But, like, as I started looking at you guys, like, I got to raise my level. But I got to compete with these guys because, like, I'm not ready yet. So, like, you guys pushed me to really pay attention, hone in, and focus. And we started winning games. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool right here. Like, and the good thing about that, like, we had a good group of guys.
Yeah, we did, bro.
And, like,
but we had good parents too, bro.
That's a big
Ross could coach us. Like, it was, bro, we got cussed out on a regular basis. Our parents didn't say nothing. Nothing, bro.
If he cussed, I used to get cussed out in the car because Larry cussed me out.
Yeah.
People like, what he cussed you out for? And I'm like, I didn't rebound. Well, you know what? Your ass need to rebound. And I'm like, okay, like, I thought you were supposed to give me a hug. So, like, I'm getting a double. But that was the thing, man. We got held to a standard.
Bro, we did, bro. And we couldn't run from nothing. Our parents would hold the band. It didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
I remember one Sunday we played like shit. None of our parents taught us, bro. It was like, man, y'all discussed us. We drove all the way up here and y'all played like this. Bro, no, it was wild during that time, bro. But I remember them days, bro. I think those days is why we all still close to this day, bro. Sure. Like, because we was in some wars, bro. Wars. I'm talking about with guys that we didn't know who they were until they got there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Later on, you know what I'm saying? Okay. And I know for you, man, that's what I was asking Ish about your recruitment. So for you, when you started developing, right? Mm-hmm. When did you start getting interest from colleges that were of the caliber of Wake Forest where you ended up going?
I think I had some initial kind of like interest. Some of the local folks around actually after my freshman year, it's like, okay, hey,
right,
there's a big 6'9" out there in Black Mountain. Hey, you probably want to keep him on your radar.
Right.
But I think after that sophomore year, after like that 15U year, like I feel like I figured it out a little bit.
Yep.
And we had up and down kind of like high school season, but we ended up winning the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up getting like, number 1 seed out of Western Highlands, and then like went a couple rounds and we lost to, I forget who it was. But it was that point where I stopped playing baseball. My mom and dad sat me down and they were like, all right, like you got to figure out something. Like, because we're going to baseball practice, AAU practice, and then this and that. And recruiter, you probably know him, Bob Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Smith was
short, chubby guy. Yep. Bob, good people though. Bob, good people. He used to come to a lot of our games. He used to follow us.
He kind of like committed to saying, all right, every weekend I want you in somebody's gym. So if it wasn't a tournament, like I'm going to an evaluation clinic, I'm going to Furman, I'm going to Guilford, I'm playing in Prep Star or something. So I came off that mountain almost every weekend. And I think I just started getting a buzz. So I think at some point, we finished 15U together, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I got a lot of interest, but like, how these guys now say, well, yeah, offered and all that. That offer ain't real dope. It's like, just because they talk to you and they got your parents' number and all that.
Yeah, bro, that ain't the real thing. I don't think they get it, but
I don't even really know who was really like recruiting me and wanting to offer. I didn't know all that. I was young, naive. But then, I remember for some reason I played with the Gators. I played with the Gators for one tournament. They said, hey, they're man down. I want you to play us. So I was 15, and I think I was playing 17.
Mm-hmm.
They had guys like James Mays, Cedric Simmons.
Yep.
Because Ced went to NC State.
Simmons, yeah, he went to NC State. Yeah, I remember.
James went to Clemson. They had a hell of a team, and he's like, "Yeah, go play with them because it's open period, something like that." So I'm out there, and
nervous at first.
I was nervous as hell. I'm like, man, I'm not supposed to be out here, so I'm just gonna do what I do, just run the floor, keep it simple, and just see what happens. So I remember there was a series in a game. I went and I blocked the shot. Boom. Ran the floor somehow. Beat everybody down the floor. Call on over the top. Boom. Done. Come back down. I like hedged on the screen. They dropped a little bunny. I went and I blocked beat. Out of bounds. Something like that. All right. Got to stop. Ran down the next way. I think like they doubled Ced or something like that. He kicked it out to me. I was playing the 4, which I had no idea how to really play the 4 and all that. I was out there hooping. Shot fade, one dribble and shot it. I ain't never made one of those before in my life before that. And then like, cool, they called timeout, boom, sub, everybody dabbed me up, and I said, I don't even think I played the rest of the day. Behold, I think Tennessee and NC State were there, because they were recruiting the other guys. And then like a couple weeks after that, they showed up at open gym. I was like, oh yeah. We didn't know anything about you, big fella.
Okay, pause right here. Listen. This is what I mean by this right here.
Yeah.
I want younger athletes to understand this, all right? The advantage sometimes of you playing up.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, how many minutes was you on that court?
7, 8.
7 minutes. But they knew this though. You played up 2A's division.
Yeah.
You played 7 minutes, had a block, dunked off the ball, dunked off the rim, and you ran the floor.
Yeah. That's all it was.
7 minutes. But that showed them coaches the potential that you had. So basically what I'm telling our athletes, don't undermine small amount of time when you're with an older team. You know what I'm saying? Like, because just that little bit of effort had coaches at your school wanting to see you next week.
Yeah. I mean, I try to tell my players the same thing too. Like, don't get caught up in the amount of minutes or the stat or your field goal percentage. That stuff's important. Yes, it is. But what is your impact when you are on that floor?
I agree.
Like, are you playing with a purpose? For me, I played, I don't even know how many minutes, but I did what I do. I didn't try to do too much because some guys think, oh, man, I'm only getting less than 10 minutes. I got to get mine. No, you don't. If you play the right way, naturally some things are going to happen. You might go out there and do all the right things. You might come out with 2 points.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, oh man, he sucked. He only got no, you did what you were supposed to do. You did the intangibles. You ran the floor. You hustled on defense. You got a deflection. And you sat down. Coach got on you. Maybe you made a mistake. He got on you. You accepted it. You went out there and tried again. Those little things like that, those are the intangibles that can get you to the next level.
I agree.
Now, of course, if you're a bucket and that's what you do, go get you a bucket then. But if you are still trying to figure it out, just do the little things. And I promise you, somebody with great basketball knowledge will take notice. The people in the peanut gallery, the people at the barbershop, people down the road at the rec, they may not understand it, and that's okay because they haven't been around any better. But to the people that really know basketball, they're like, yo, he's got something. I can literally walk into a gym now, and I can see a group of kids playing, and I can ask them, like, who do you think is the best player? They might be like, oh, buddy right there, that's jacking shots, or he's having a good game. Huh? Yeah, he's good. But I'm intrigued by so-and-so because he's doing all the little things. And then as you know, we'd be like, damn, he ended up being a 4-star. You had no idea, right?
Right, and he's tough. And let me ask you this: who you think was our guy for Forest City that done the intangibles at all time that we couldn't live without?
Man, I mean, you did a lot of those. You were a glue guy, but like you didn't have to just shoot in volume to get yours,
Bruh, I did not.
You didn't have to do it because it might be 3 or 4 possessions where Stoney gets in there, boom, drop off the spikes or something. Larry might be angry at us and say, get the ball in the post. It might be a couple of cross screens.
Mm-hmm.
It might be Ish coming off. But at the same time, the more pressure they put on the defense, we knew you was out there. We knew you was out there, so kick out. It was going up. But you knew if you shot it, it was with purpose. You felt good about it. I don't think there was any times where Larry just had to just sit you down because you were just jacking shots.
No, but listen, I don't see how people play like that, bro. I hate high volume shooting guards. Like I do, bro. Like I don't like them. Now granted, if you have them as a coach, bro, you kind of got to base your team around them to be good.
You do.
Because a lot of guys that can play is not going to play with a high volume shooting guard. And I know with us, when we played, we all wanted to win, fam. I don't remember none of us. How many points you have? Bro, no. We wanted to win, bro. Beating the Memphis Tigers and Tennessee, all that. But them Sundays, they talking all that shit. The Charlotte Stars. But listen, we wanted to win. I just think I think AAU was about winning during them days because you couldn't get out of pool play unless you finished top 2 in pool.
For sure.
You hit Sunday, it's 1-game elimination. Ain't no bronze, silver division, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Not knocking the style now, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a fan of the trial ball. All right,
cool.
Yeah, but man, bro, you had to earn that shit with us, and it was dog fights within that, bro.
I tell people this story all the time, looking back kind of in my AAU career, starting with Forest City, ultimately ended with the Gators.
Mm-hmm.
I can really only remember losing once or twice.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro.
Ever. I remember we lost at Belmont Abbey in the state championship to the Charlotte Royals. Might have been 15U, something like that.
And see, that was the weekend where we finished second in pool, and we had the toughest round. Played 3 games that Sunday. Beat the Gators. Spikes was complaining how tired he was.
Gas.
We was gas, bro. We was gas.
But I remember that. And I remember we played some random tournament. I think guys were on vacation and things like that. And the Raleigh Lakers came through. And we was at the Red, we was at Collison. We was at Collison. And for some reason, we were just man, nobody want to be here right now.
Man, we was ready to be done, bro. I think we played 6 weekends straight. Tired. We're just tired, bro. It's summertime.
And they were geek, because, everybody wanted to beat us. And they beat us. And I was just I was so, it hurt. I was wow, we lost. Because I never thought about going into a tournament thinking that we wouldn't win.
Correct.
I was thinking, okay, we're going to make it to the championship. Who we got in pool? All right, cool. That one could be tough. But we coming home with a trophy. We coming.
Correct.
But like, you know, we go to the nationals, okay, we might drop some there just because you're playing against the best.
Yeah.
But like North Carolina, like I don't remember losing often, but that was the goal though. It wasn't like, hey, you know, I think the culture now is where can I go and shine and get my numbers and all that.
And see, man, I think like even with me being with you know, I'm gonna be with Team Ish this year, right? Yeah. It's coming up here. You know what I'm saying? I love Ish to death, man. We all like brothers. That was a bond.
Yep.
But like even now, like when I coach my 9U team, like we solid, right? We ain't have not one big, but we pressed.
Yeah.
And my guys came to practice 2 or 3 days a week, bro.
There you go.
And I got that from Larry. Like, bro, we was all at practice. We practiced on a regular basis. We had sets. We had a press. We had whatever you played against us, we had something for it. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, now I'm going up, you know, and I am recruiting kids as I go, right? You know, to try to piece together a whole. My biggest thing though, bro, if you can't come to practice, bro, commit to practice, it's hard for me to develop you, bro.
It is hard.
It's hard to develop you, and it's also hard to really get camaraderie with those guys too. You know what I'm saying? It's hard, bro. It's extremely hard. Some AAU coaches can do it, but man, I just know like when you really try to build something, you know what I'm saying? Man, your high school coach didn't let you miss 3 or 4 practices.
No.
College coach ain't having that shit.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember even when I was getting recruited, I asked my coach one time, we had like an open gym or something, and I think Wake was playing a big football game, Florida State or something. And I was like, hey, coach called me. He wanted to know if I could come down to the game. And I think it was a Saturday open gym or practice or something. I said, coach, like, can I go? He was like, oh, okay. Yeah, you can go. I'm like, that's weird. Like, he never let me go. That was really a test to see if I was going to go. Mm-hmm. And I went. He's talking about like disappointment. Like he was disappointed that I would skip a practice to go even to a school like I was getting recruited by, ultimately offered and went to. And he made me run till I threw up. He made me run.
No, but the purpose of that shit is so invaluable though, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's like, bro, I'm so old school when it comes to coaching.
Yeah.
No, bro, like you're running.
Yeah, you're supposed to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I know where you were at. I'm not necessarily upset with you.
Yeah.
But your job is to be here. I put in some things on a Saturday morning, but you thought something else was bigger than what we have here. So like, yeah, was he a little extreme about it? Probably so. But I think it showed that, okay, my big man that's got all these ACC offers, if he can miss practice and I'm going to make him run, you little freshman, you think that, you know, you can just skip and it's not serious. I think it shows what we're about here, establish the culture. You know, I think some coaches try to do that now. And I think it's a little bit hard to do that now. Mm-hmm. I think just the environment is really fragile.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just we're cut from a different cloth, you know, and there's no right or wrong way to really do things. You know, you got to morph with the times, but I think there is a certain level of accountability
that never goes away.
You have to be accountable. If you can't be committed to something in practice, I'm sorry, for me, I don't know how far we can take this thing. Like, cause you know, coaching age too, I coach, with Team Curry the last couple of years. Love that organization, man. Like,
yeah, we beat up on Team Curry a little bit this year.
But the thing is that we try to do things the right way. We try to have practices and stuff like that. But, there's a balance there where as you get to a certain level that you want to get the best kids in the state. But a kid might be in Raleigh. It's hard for him to come down on a Tuesday night.
Fam.
So what do? Do you not take the kid? I mean, you got to take the best available, right? But at the same time, you kind of hoping that it all works, in pool play on Saturday. It's like, some teams, you can do that. But some teams, we saw it this year. We played against team out of, I think, Nebraska. Like, they just dogged us. And I was like, hey, coach. Like, I knew him from a while back. He actually coached at Wake. I was like, coach, like, how many times y'all practice? He's like, practice 3 times a week.
See, bro, and bro, listen, bro, with that scenario you talking about is the same reason why I hesitate to get particular kids that are an hour or more. Your parents drove how far?
Oh my God, from Black Mountain to Forest City is a little over an hour.
Same way from Lenore to Forest City.
But as I got into high school, like I played with the Gators, bro. That's 2.5 hours. I'm going down on a Tuesday. Like sometimes, like I would kind of skip out, like fourth period, because like, hey, coach, like we got practice at 6. All right, cool.
And your mom and daddy was taking you.
Yes.
And your daddy was a truck driver, so all the parents that be complaining, like I don't want to hear it. Like I do not.
My dad would drive his big, worked for ABF for over 20 years.
And Big Dave was the man too. Him and my dad, well, we used to catch him doing all kinds of stuff.
Man.
We caught him doing everything.
But like my dad, man, he would drive from Asheville to Memphis, almost Jackson, Tennessee.
Yeah,
that's an 8-hour bid. So like you go there, like he might be driving all night and get there until about 3:30. We didn't have cell phones. I had to kind of like wait for him to get home.
Right.
Like, and he would come home. He'd be home for a few minutes. I'm like, hey, Dad, like, I got to practice, man. All right, let's roll.
He ready.
Yeah, let's go. Like, he done roll 8 hours all through the night, whatever. He is tired. Got to go back out the next morning. All right, you got to go to Greensboro? All right, cool, let's go. Moms, hey, all right, you guys, you come home from work. Hey, you got practice? Let's go. So, like, it's that level of commitment that I think that it's hard as a parent. I think we see it now.
Yeah, it's
hard to balance everything. You got football, you got this, you got that, you got this. Like, when you have multiple kids, I get it. Mom, dad, I get it. But if you were going to sign them up for, let's say, an AAU situation, and you're expecting to somehow get to the next level, what are you putting into it? It can't just be like, all right, coach, I paid the fee. Cool. He has a jersey. He's all yours. I'm just you got to figure out how to get him here, get him there. To a certain extent, we can help with that. But like, what's your buy-in? When we came through, like you said, you coming from Lenore, like it didn't matter. You were there. We were expected to be on time.
Yep.
And if you couldn't make it, you had to stand up, and either your dad or whatever, you had to communicate to your dad. You would talk to Larry. We can't make it. But if you miss a couple of them, you ain't playing on Saturday, bro.
Bro,
you ain't coming in as
you wasn't. I don't even like, and even, you know what I'm saying, I can even talk about B Spikes on this. Like, bro, Spikes used to come from football practice and still make it, bro.
Dog, be dead.
And if he was late, he would call Larry, or Larry would go get him. Like, I don't remember nobody on our team having excuses on why we couldn't make it somewhere. And let's be real, that's why we were good, because a lot of us was no names coming up.
Yeah,
we was no names. I mean, we didn't start really getting it till we started winning those big tournaments. And the older we got, the more we started breaking up, because Spikes going football. You know what I'm saying? Me and Ish went to another team. Everybody was kind of done at that point. You know what I'm saying? But bro, during that time though, and that focus, bro, like you ain't lying. Like our parents did not make no excuses though. When we had to go to Chicago and Illinois for the Super Regional, Big Dave was driving.
Yeah,
Larry was there.
Yep,
Ish was there. I'm talking about, bro, we back-to-back weekends, we're going to qualify to go to Florida.
They knew what was at stake,
bro. All day, every
day. They knew it. They said, hey, we're going to get in the car. We're going to get you there. If you can't drive, you got to work. All right, cool. I'll pick them up on the way.
Yep.
All right, who got the big enough car? And let's go. Or, Mr. Derek, Larry.
Mr. Derek. That's my dog. Derek, boy.
Love that man. Like, they would somehow figure it out. Pull up in the white passenger, 15 passenger.
Everybody in there.
Let's go. Because we wanted smoke, and we knew what we were trying to do. And, like, ultimately, like, we grew the Forest City brand to, like, people feared it. We didn't lose. People knew. Like, this was before the era of all the shoe teams.
Right. This whole era is so different, bro. Like I got to get with the times. I'm catching up, but bro, it's tough, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
It's a crazy world out there, man.
It is.
Like, I love the platform, like, and I get it. It's a business at a certain point.
Of course.
You're getting exposure. But back then, like, and I might hurt some feelings with this one.
Who cares? Talk.
Just because you play basketball in the summer doesn't mean you're supposed to.
Listen, man, I'm a big on this. I'm a big proponent of travel ball. Okay,
Yeah.
I am. I'm a huge proponent. I think it's the best competition that you're going to play.
Yeah.
However, I do think there's two different types of development.
Yes.
There is skill development, okay, and then there's playing development.
Mm-hmm.
Certain times in a particular player's career, one might be more valuable than the next.
Yes.
And I think it's a coach's job or a aware parent, an astute parent about the game's job to understand where your child's at and what your child really needs.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
And the playing notion, that narrative of AAU teams playing every weekend, that is not true nowadays. And there's not a lot of teams that can afford that, right? You know what I'm saying?
Too much.
Plus, with all these tournaments you got, it seems like the same teams are playing every weekend, but it's not.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They done cut it down a little bit, right? I mean, AAU now, bro, like you can't, some tournaments you can't play no more than 2 games in a day now.
Yeah.
Like, so, you know, we used to go 6-7 games a weekend, bro. If we lose, I had to come out the losers bracket. Now, bro, like, nah, bro, they ain't, but we put our body through the ringer, bro, if you really thinking about that time. But we didn't know no better. But nah, that's real though, bro. Like, you really gotta, like, I think a parent and a coach really has to evaluate what part of the player's career is better for playing development and real skill development. And that can come either time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think it's about being humble and being realistic about it, right? You know, we're parents. We can evaluate our kids and be like, okay, I think he could be this, but I think we have a different perspective. I think sometimes as parents, you might look at him like, I want the best for him. Yeah, I want him to go this. I want him to go D1. I want him to go all that. But at the same time, he's just not it, and that's okay.
Bro, that's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay.
He may not be a circuit level kid. That's okay. But if he loves basketball and he wants to play locally, go play. But I think we just put, like, I don't know, unrealistic expectations on what you're getting out of it, and then we throw in hate. It's like, oh, well, why does he get to play for Tim Curry? Why does he get to play for United? Why is he playing with CP3? Control your own destiny. Control what you can do. Like, control what you can control.
Mm-hmm.
If your son is, like you said, like we were no names, someone came and found us, and we actually bonded and developed and was devoted to it. And ultimately, we got to where we wanted to go.
Correct.
But if you feel like you're, you know, undervalued and stuff like that, try to find you a good situation.
Mm-hmm.
And it may not be your time yet. Go in the gym, work, or shift your approach to it, and you might see a little different. Because I think been around a lot of basketball, there's some guys that don't know what the hell they're doing. Some coaches just don't know what the hell they're doing.
Listen,
you can see that.
Bro, and some parents are right. Some coaches don't know basketball.
But on the flip side of that, there's a lot of coaches that kind of know what they're doing. So
more times than not,
yeah, you go out there, like, especially like in the summertime, like at certain levels, those coaches know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So take the criticism, take the feedback, take getting cut, not as he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He don't know what my son needs. He ain't this, he ain't that. Instead of, damn, he got cut. Okay, now what we gonna do, son? Do we need to go to another organization? Or is it better for you to get your butt in the gym and be around your high school program and get better? Is that where you should be? Because I've been in some locker rooms where, you know, we play like shit. And I'm like, how many of you guys play AAU? Everybody in that locker room raised their hand. And I'm like, wait, everybody plays AAU, but only 6 of y'all got in the high school varsity game. So that's telling me that some of you guys should be working with your high school program to impress your coaches in development instead of playing some random ass tournament. It doesn't really mean nothing where you played 6 minutes there too, or you're just running around developing bad habits and you're wondering why you can't go on your high school floor and you wonder why you can't get to a circuit team. Priorities.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, and it's hard to kind of preach that when you're in the moment. Sometimes they just don't want to listen to that. And, you know, as parents, sometimes we just kind of want to hear what we want to hear. But it's important to figure out, like, the path. And that path could be 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I was scared. I didn't know what to do when, like, Larry said, come down for practice. Like, he said, damn, he wants me. I see you running around. I see Ish running around, big spikes. And, Spikes was scary, bro. Like, to a guy, like, to me,
Spikes was the silliest dude on the team.
That's the thing. Like, I'm walking in the gym, I see this dude.
Funniest dude.
I'm like, man, he can do, he's big, strong, can play like that.
Can move.
I'm like, yo, like, and when, like, the ball goes up, like, he's mean. I'm like, I'm seeing this football house. I'm like, this dude's mean. But, like, I'm like, oh, he's a great dude.
Great dude,
Great
bro.
dude.
Great dude, bro.
But it's like, yo, I got to step my game up. I didn't know what to expect, So it's a different environment these days. And I actually feel kind of sorry for the players and the parents a little bit because there's so much like misinformation.
Yeah, and there is, but I think like platforms like this though can really kind of weed out some of that bullshit because you got to realize this too, man. Like nowadays, circuit teams are not the move all the time for kids that are not ready because these circuit teams want you to. If you're not no 6'9" big and in the 7th, 8th grade, they're not willing to wait to develop you on some of these circuit teams.
We're gonna win now.
Yeah, they want to win now.
Mm-hmm.
So like that whole approach with Ross with us was the best route for us.
Yeah.
But I think that's the best route for most athletes majority of the time. You know what I'm saying?
So.
And growing to that circuit level is kind of where it's at. And my biggest thing with coaching, if you build character, bro, and develop right, winning becomes the byproduct of you doing things right. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of times it's not based on wins and losses. It's about, okay, is this team playing against older kids this weekend? That's development.
Yeah.
Okay, are we taking this weekend off to really do a team bonding event? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I mean, what are we doing to cultivate the player's mind? Because nowadays, emotional intelligence is everything. Like I know when I'm coaching these kids, I'm more managing emotions of the kids.
Yeah.
But then again, I gotta regulate me because sometimes, bro, I be in there so damn hype, but I forget they kids.
Sometimes doing nothing is the right move. Sometimes taking the weekend off is the best thing you can do.
I learned that this year, bro.
And I think people see that and they're like, wait, you guys are not playing. That team over there was playing. And so what?
Bro, I'm telling you, I got caught in that a little bit sometime too.
Yeah.
When I see other circuit teams and I'm like, well, then we beat them last weekend. Why ain't we playing?
Yeah.
Nah, I need to sit down. My son's 9. Rest, bro.
I think that's true. I think
we're fine.
As you get older, of course, like if there's a live period, you gotta be playing somewhere.
Yeah,
gotta be playing. Just
I agree.
You want more odds.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's like I don't know, some random Saturday in February or something, 7 and under, you can take the weekend off.
Yeah, bro. I'm big on nowadays with these kids is just the younger kids playing them on the highest circuit possible so they don't know no better. Starting early on. You feel what I'm saying? Because I think sometimes when you go the other way, they're shell shocked when they get to those levels. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Where it's just, if you throw them to the fire, but throwing them to the fire lets you see what they need to work on.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, I would say that's my approach. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes that's not the best approach for everybody, but I don't think you know what the best approach is if your kid has never experienced it either way.
Yeah.
You feel
you got to get used to playing at a certain level.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you might get smacked around. You might take some L's.
But that's part of it.
But then you go back and you evaluate.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, okay, I threw us in this tough-ass tournament we played up this weekend. I thought we were there. We're just not there.
Yep.
Maybe go back to the drawing board, practice, develop, tweak some things. Maybe throw in another one. See what happens. Okay, they didn't respond. Okay, I tried that approach. Let's go do this.
Yep.
But like if you never really test it, I think kids get complacent. And I also think, like we were talking about playing up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think now kids like to feel good about playing down, like
Bruh,
there's purpose,
bruh,
reclassing it all.
Damn, gosh, bro, you speaking. You speaking.
Like I got my scholarships and my attention playing up.
Yep.
I went out there, I was overmatched, but I did certain things, and I think people saw like, ooh, okay, he can do that.
Fam, let me tell you what actually got me good at a young age, bro. I remember I used to play in the rec in my hometown, which I do now with my boys. I let them play pick up with me, and I pick them on my team. They 9, we playing against 17, 18-year-olds on up to 40.
Yeah.
All right. The thing is, bro, when I had to play up, them old heads did not give me no, they young blood cut. don't just stand there. You better go get a rebound.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, it wasn't no shooting. I don't remember shooting, bro. I remember doing all the little shit to get to play, and then I started getting picked up because I got the loose rebound. I started getting picked up because I cut back door for a layup, or I got an offensive rebound, or even I just made the right pass.
Yep.
So I would say like I reclassed because I got in a lot of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Academics and stuff, but at an early age, bro, I talked to Jeremy Ellis. You know, Coach Ellis, Coach Moravian Prep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, Ellis. So he used to work me out before I try to go back overseas or whatever. But the thing is, I talked to him a couple of days ago. He said, now your boys is done competing on the circuit at a young age. Bro, you need to play them up from here on out. So this fall, my son only 4th grade, 9 years old. He's young. He's playing up 4th, 5th, and 6th. Yeah. But he don't know no better because I didn't give him a chance to know better.
Yeah, maybe pushing him to make sure that he's going to get the best exposure, you know, to the best talent.
Correct.
And I think at a younger age, it could just be that year or two difference is a lot.
Man, that's huge at these ages,
You even see it like in some of these, like I see it with my son. It might be an age group that's 9, 10. A difference between a young 9 and an old 10 is night and day.
And it's all that.
It's just it's mentality, it's approach, just being 10 pounds heavier, just being older. Like that right there is completely different. So if you always just kind of playing with your age group, not saying it's terrible, but like if you really think that you're elite, go do something. But then come down and dominate your age group.
Correct.
Like I don't agree with this whole just I got to keep going down to continue to dominate. It's like, no, if you can't dominate your age group, then something's wrong.
Correct.
It's okay if you can't dominate the one above you or whatever, because that's just a whole different thing.
Well, that's actually making you better.
Yeah,
in the long run.
You got to figure it out. And, you know, some have the ability to play up. Like they can. They'll do well. Some of them can't and may not flourish, and they have to figure it out. But that means you're a bad basketball player.
Correct.
But like you mentioned, like reclassing and stuff like that. I feel like reclassing for a purpose, do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I redshirted a year.
Yeah.
I redshirted a year.
Same difference. Yes.
Yeah. So like I came in, like I'm looking at the roster there. I mean, we had Eric Williams, All-American, Chris Ellis, monster, Kyle Vister, guys like they can. I mean, see
guys that can play. Yep.
They can play. Coach is looking at me like, man, you know, 6'10", 210, soaking wet. Like you ain't developed yet. Yeah, I can waste a year of your time, or you can play 3 minutes a game, or you can come in and bust your butt, and then next year you can come in and play a lot. And then that next year is LD and those guys came in. I was one of the first guys off the bench and played a lot. So like, there's a purpose to it. But if it's, hey, I'm just gonna reclass because I know that I'll be a 4-star.
Yeah, you being weak.
Okay, so.
Well, I ain't gonna say the kid being weak because it's the parent's choice to reclass, but you know what I mean.
It's a weak situation.
There you go. There you go. That way nobody feels personally attacked.
But if you might need it, like in high school, you might just need
I agree.
That extra year.
I agree. I agree.
But might hurt some feelings. But it's like if you are a 5'9" combo guard and you are a rising junior and you don't have any offers, you're pretty good. I don't know if reclassing is like the best thing. Like, what is the purpose of your reclass? Maybe your high school situation, maybe your coach doesn't have the connection that you need, or maybe you're not in a powerful conference. Maybe you're in the middle of nowhere. And like, okay, maybe I'm going to reclass and get to a bigger market or something like that, a better scheme that fits me. Okay, I get it. But it's just like, I'm just going to reclass and do this year over again. For what? Are you going to grow 5 inches? No.
Right.
And you are still going to be you that next year too. So what are you doing to make yourself better?
Correct.
If you come that next year and you just want another retry and you still play the same way, you still make this bad decision, you still don't have the jump shot, you still can't read a pick and roll, you don't know how to navigate a ball screen. Like, it's like, what are you doing? Just go ahead and go through your career, go through your path and see where it happens.
Correct.
You know, but
and kind of ride from there.
But it's just so many people get forced into like, you have to do it this way because so-and-so down the street. Your path isn't going to be Rob Dillingham's path.
Right. And I agree, bro. I agree.
It could be something different.
And different paths is okay though, bro. Like that's fine. Look, man, we got about 5 minutes, bro. So let me get to this. You Wake Forest, red shirt year. You done your thing. 3 of the guys that you played with, all played on the same AAU team. 2 of the guys. Small world. All right. You go overseas. How long did you play overseas?
11 years.
11 years. Best city.
Best city.
Overseas.
Okay. Best city to play in or like just best overall experience?
Okay, let's do best city to play in first.
Ooh, best city to play in. Small city in North Poland. I probably wouldn't say it wrong. We call it Swoops. But the fans,
crazy.
Oh my God. Like it was red hell. Like we were red and black. Everybody, and it was just a small city. Everybody came out. It was loud. We were good. Man, it was probably the best atmosphere I played in. Bet. But that probably wasn't the best city to live in, though.
Got you.
But like playing in Lisbon, Portugal, playing for Benfica there. I think we won 5 championships that year. But just Benfica and Porto are big, like football, soccer.
Yeah,
they play Champions League there. But just being in Lisbon, the culture, the food, the buzz around the city, like living there was cool.
Man, that's dope, man. That's dope, man. Well, look, man, I'm glad, bro, that man, that like we all doing something. Like even the ones that ain't playing ball. I know Tion training, Trevon, he acting. You know what I'm saying? He was on Country Wayne shit the other day.
Yeah.
He was on there, bro. Like, you know, everybody doing something. Spikes is coaching. Definitely got to get you on here, B, when you touch back down in Charlotte.
Spikes,
you know?
what's happening, man?
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to bring our old alumni on here. You know what I'm saying? So we can talk shit about some games, man. But yeah, man, I'm just really happy, man, for what all we have done. And then, you know, now I got this platform. I damn sure want to get everybody's voice, because I know a lot of these podcasts nowadays, bro, it's predicated to the guys that are in the NBA, but there's so many guys. There's a bigger market for the guys that didn't make it to the league. A huge market for parents to understand travel about what it takes, because I think that whole narrative is misrepresented sometimes.
Man, I think you get it around the head. Like, love the podcast that we see, you know, Gil, my guy Jeff.
Jeff shit funny. Be here and I rock with you, dog.
I love my guy Jeff, man. I tune in daily.
Jeff good people.
See what y'all gonna talk about.
Yep.
But you know, that's great. You know, and they have unbelievable stories, unbelievable content, experience. You know, but doing things like this, you know, guys that have been around basketball too, you know, various levels of playing, whether it was JUCO or D1 or overseas, wherever, like you have a story to tell. And like, I think it's worth sharing in the right way. And I think, you know, to piggyback on what you said earlier, man, like just proud of like the guys that I had a chance to meet through basketball.
Yep.
And the people that were influences on my life. You know, somebody like Larry, you know, Derek, Bob Smiths, the Mike Muses, like those guys like that were like parents outside of the home that taught us the right way. And I think ultimately that's what led to our success in whatever we did. Once the ball stopped bouncing, like very successful. Spikes, you know, Super Bowl guy, you know,
crazy, ain't it?
Breaking records for teams playing.
NBA champ, guys running businesses. We are coaches, yeah, bro.
And I think that's the valuable piece that people have to use basketball to get.
I agree.
Basketball is a vehicle to get those experiences, build those bonds, and just teach you life lessons, because the ball's going to stop bouncing eventually.
Yeah, your body can't take it.
Man,
I pulled my hamstring the other day, damn brother.
Myself getting off this stage right now, dog. But you know, they can't take this.
Right.
You know, they
That's
can't
real,
take the
bro.
bond that you build with people, man. Like it's been what we were 13. Well, that's been over 20 years.
20 years, bro. And like everybody I had on, it's literally a phone call, and y'all boys are like, yeah, we there, bro.
It don't matter. Like we got
there,
to see
bro.
each other every day. But it's like, hey, what you need?
Yep.
All right, cool. Bet I can make it work.
We here, bro. We here, bro. But look, man, I love you, man. I appreciate you, big dog. I damn sure want to do a part 2 where we start talking about more real development of a big. You know what I'm saying? We'll get in deep. I got a bunch of guys, man, but damn sure gotta get you back on, man. Condolences. I know your father passed. That's my guy, man. My condolences, man. And tell your mama we love her because she stays on my Facebook. I see you. We love you, Miss Cynthia.
I'm liking this post all the time and then calling me at 8 o'clock. You see what Gator post? Hell no, man. I didn't see what he posts. I've been asleep.
Man, look at all that love, man. But I appreciate you, bro. We damn sure gonna do this again, man, and keep being an awesome black father, big dog.
Got you, man. Likewise, brother.
Appreciate you, big dog.
Yep.
Yeah, man.